I saw the distance early. I just kept naming it something softer, stress, tired, a week that got away from us, because the real name sounded like it would end things. In the beginning, he fed the connection without thinking. We met during nights that felt longer than they should have. Not romantic, just late enough for honesty to slip past. The first time I came over, his apartment smelled like clean sheets and something toasted. He had one lamp that did all the work in the room, warm, low, steady. Everything looked gentler than it was. I remember sitting on his couch, knees pulled in, listening to him talk about nothing important. He spoke slowly, like he wasn't trying to impress me, just trying to be understood. And when I spoke, he stayed with me. He'd repeat small parts back later. You said your mornings feel like you're already behind. You said you hate when people ask questions they don't want answers to. I didn't realize how starved I was for that until I had it. One night, I half joked that I never knew what to do with my hands when nervous. He reached over, laced his fingers through mine, quietly solving something I hadn't known needed fixing. That was how he loved then, not loudly, not perfectly, but deliberately. We built tiny routines that didn't even feel like relationship things. He'd walk on the street side of the sidewalk, keep a bottle of water for me, set his phone face down when I stayed over.
At first, I didn't see the shift. Life got louder around me. Emails, calls, tasks piling up, and I assumed that the connection we had would hold itself. I thought showing up physically was enough, that our routines, the small habits, would carry the weight of closeness without me having to notice it actively. I wasn't rejecting her. I was reorganizing my world quietly, prioritizing what I could manage over what I could feel. When she spoke, I nodded, offered quick solutions, tried to make things easier instead of heavier. I believed that was love too, keeping things smooth, keeping her cared for. But I didn't realize that in doing so, I was retreating from the very presence she craved, unintentionally teaching her that my attention was optional. I thought I was keeping peace. I was missing her anyway.
One rainy night, lying in bed with headlights smearing across the glass, he traced my wrist with his thumb like he was counting something. I told him my quiet fear that I was easy to forget. He said simply, "I don't forget people I care about." And I believed him. I spoke without rehearsing. If I missed him, I said it. If something bothered me, I didn't package it. I trusted the space between us could hold truth without collapsing. Then life got heavier around him. More work, more calls, more evenings where he arrived already halfway used up. I told myself it was temporary. Love doesn't always look attentive, but micro moments began to shift. He stopped asking, "How was your day?" and started asking, "You eat?" He stopped leaning in when I talked, started nodding from a distance. He replied to my stories like emails, quick, correct, done. Sometimes he offered solutions before I'd finish speaking. I'd sit there, holding the rest of the feeling in my mouth, realizing he wasn't with me. One night, driving back from somewhere forgettable, I tried to bring something real into the space. I've been feeling kind of off lately. Off how? I don't know. Just tired. Yeah, me too. And the silence that followed wasn't angry. It was workable. After that, I started noticing things and immediately explaining them away. When he checked his phone while I spoke, I told myself it was important. When he forgot what I'd told him, it was stress. When he answered MHM without looking up, I told myself at least he's here. The strangest part, everything still looked normal. He held my hand in public, kissed me goodbye, texted home, and waited for my yes. No betrayal, no cruelty, just a slow shift in attention. Sometimes I'd speak, and he'd answer in a way that permitted and dismissed at the same time. I started giving smaller answers, saving the rest of myself for later, alone. One night, I tried to be brave. "Can I tell you something without you fixing it?" He said yes. I said, "I miss you." He pulled me in, kissed the top of my head, and returned to the sink. I froze. He thought he'd answered me. I had two choices: correct him and risk heaviness, or accept the version of miss you that didn't ask anything. I chose the second. I told myself it was love, but quietly I started taking notes. Weeks later, I stopped helping him. I let my sentences end early. He didn't notice. And when I did press, it was clear. He wasn't choosing to ignore me. He was living as if my presence was optional. I told myself, I won't ask him to come back. I watched patterns, answering texts while I spoke, laughing at online jokes, asking questions that kept the day moving. I offered practical care where emotional care went missing, cleaning my kitchen, folding towels, because I needed my energy to go somewhere useful. The realization came fully in his car late one night. I said, "I feel like I'm always reaching, and I don't know if you're reaching back anymore." He said, "I am reaching. I'm here, aren't I?" But it wasn't what I needed. I softened it with, "I don't want to make this a big thing." He sighed with relief, and I understood. He wanted peace more than truth. After that, I got quieter in ways I didn't announce. I stopped starting conversations, sending long texts, sharing joy that wouldn't be met with presents. The relationship seemed lighter. He'd say we'd been good, but the good was just me disappearing. The last night, I remember clearly wasn't an ending. I asked him to put his phone down. He did. I said, "I miss when you used to look at me like you had time." He reached for my hand, squeezed once, rolled over, and slept. I held the quiet like it was the last thing we still had that felt shared. I didn't leave because he became distant. I left because I learned how to live with distance and call it love because it was easier than naming what I saw.